Star Citizen Alpha 3.9.0 is out to Open PTU. This is the last sort of major test wave before a patch goes to live, and anyone with a game account can now get access. I'll link down below a PTU FAQ guide to show you how to copy your account over for testing if you want to get involved at this stage. We also have a new PTU patch with this as well, the 3.9.0R patch, which has added a few new updates to the game from previous PTU versions, as well as a shipload of bug fixes. You see what I did there? Shipload. Boom! So let's have a look at the patch notes for that and talk about the patch as it is. They added items to the commissary vending machines in prison. They made murder and inmate murder against party members automatically forgiven. Crashing a ship with players aboard will no longer award the pilot with a homicide crime stat. So they basically fixed a load of the issues they had with people getting crime stats unfairly, as it were, or additional crime stats and additional crimes. They've improved landing area checking for pad ramming infractions. They've increased unlawful mission rewards by 50%, which will make a lot more potential prisoners, as more people will be doing those unlawful missions. They've updated Hadonite merit value on the prison kiosks, so you can potentially be getting out a lot earlier. They've added crypto keys to the Omega Pro kiosk and shop. They've lowered assisted gimbal slew speed that might help balance out auto gimbals a little more against players in PvP. They've removed roll from axis rotation lock for ships and changed the label of lock rotation to lock your pitch movement. So there's a load of bug fixes here as well, and some of them are pretty major. They fixed an issue that was causing duplicate static trains and elevators, so no more ghost trains. Players should no longer get stuck on a loading screen when exiting prison or respawning, so you don't have to quit the game and come back in. Criminal databases should now show the correct text when hacking your prison record. Text pop-up while exiting the prisoner transport caterpillar should now be correct. They fixed multiple hairstyles showing up as bold while on the character customizer. They fixed missing server blades at crash sites for the scavenge relay mission for Clover Star Neely. Players should no longer be affected by strong winds when moving around the two platforms at the central business district. Cargo boxes created from personal inventories should now be able to be sold at commodity kiosks properly. They fixed an issue with the personal inventory that allowed players to duplicate commodities. They fixed some issues where some of the food items have the same texture when being eaten. Players should no longer get into a state where VoIP, group, party, ship, or proximity chat can be heard by everyone on the server. The Constantine Hurston recovery mission should now have a proper destination tagged for it, for its delivery. Ships should no longer be immediately destroyed and spawn at Area 18, making the area accessible again. Armistice zones in Levski should now fully cover all locations, including the hangars and Teacher's ship shop. When setting a Cutlass Red ICU bed as a respawn point, players should no longer be teleported back to the bed after a few seconds when leaving the bed after they've respawned. Escaped prisoner bounty assignment missions should no longer be issued for players that have left the server, which is obviously something that was happening before. Players should no longer be killed after being moved from their ship when pad ramming another player. They fixed an issue causing several Urza rovers to spawn on top of each other inside the garages above the prison shafts at Kalesha Automated Prison. They fixed 3 main thread deadlocks, 3 server crashes, 3 client crashes, and the annoying client crash for the party leader launch into the PU, which would have you often crashing. The fixes and updates are actually pretty solid with this patch, giving little tweaks, fixes, and additions to prison gameplay. Missions are more accessible and clear. Area 18 has become accessible again. Ghost trains are gone, and there looks to be genuine balance of some degree, getting outlaw missions more viable, and obviously a focus on trying to get outlaw players playing the game properly, rather than bad ramming or being naughty for no reason, and auto gimbals not being mega OP, and, you know, get rid of the pad ramming behavior, woo! And if you can do that with in-game systems, that's great. We do still have some known issues though. Duplicate static trains may appear at Lawville or New Babbage, although a lot of that has been fixed now, potentially, maybe. Ground vehicles cannot be spawned at Outpost ASOP terminals, but can still be spawned at New Babbage, Lawville, and Levski. Players can become stuck when jumping over some railings. Ships can hitch or teleport at times when observing their motion. I think that's part of the desync problems. ECN alerts, the rescued Starfarer missions will sometimes circle endlessly after all waves are cleared. The player can spawn with their prison suit still on after ending their sentence. Being in a party can cause player markers to fail to appear when inside a ship. If a player crashes when transitioning into prison, they will be unable to use their multi-tool, which is obviously quite annoying if you want to legit mine. Players cannot see through the scope of the arrowhead or the P6LR when crouched. VoIP, face over IP animations are not transmitting to other nearby players. Cargo boxes left behind after a ship explodes appear to blink in and out while the player is moving. Player inner thought and interaction systems is offset in widescreen resolutions. Autopilot sometimes does not disengage after triggered by no-fly zones. Heavy environmental suit armors block portions of the mobiGlas, which is obviously quite annoying. I've noticed some offset problems with the mobiGlas and the star map as well in some parts. I suspect that Cloud Imperium will be fixing those issues, trying to get a live build out, if possible, for this weekend or next Friday. That's the likelihood. Either this Friday or next Friday, we should have a live 3.9 build. But it's going to be based on blockers and how polished CIG can get their game before releasing it. Also, there is continuing improvements to AI, accessibility of missions, stability, and playability. To be clear, desync to a lesser level than that of the 3.8 branch is still here in the 3.9 branch currently, in 3.9.0 Open PTU. At least from what I've seen, it's less than 3.8, but it's still here. Hopefully desync won't be much of a thing in the live build, as long as they can clean it up as best they can and get the game in as playable a state as it can be for the build. I'll be pretty happy. But what do you think? Are you playing 3.9 Open PTU? Are you waiting for a live build? Are you liking the additions, or are you still waiting for a feature that you really want to get into to be added before starting to play? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a giveaway. It's near the end of the month, so you've only got a little bit of more chance to get into the giveaway. We're giving away a Cutlass Black and game package for Star Citizen. Just comment on any of my videos made during this month to be in for a chance of that. More details down below. I shill for a couple of services. Shadow, that is a cloud-based gaming PC service, so you can leverage the power of the internet and their sort of like data servers to get a gaming PC on your PC or your phone or your tablet, and you pay like a subscription and you get a gaming PC. It's cool. There's also NordVPN, which is a great VPN service, has a huge amount of benefits over free VPNs. It gives you security, peace of mind, and gives you accessibility to lots of other stuff, like websites, so you can say you're from America or whatever if you want to. For Netflix, I don't know what you use it for. You can use it for whatever you want. And if you want to support the channel further, there is a YouTube join button down below, as well as links to Patreon and direct donations. And feel free to share my videos and like and subscribe and all that jazz as well. Thanks very much for watching, guys. You take care, and I'll see you in the verse.